Malta-based archaeologists have criticised the claims made about the island's megaliths in the Netflix show Ancient Apocalypse, which is presented by the controversial writer Graham Hancock. In particular, they have taken issue with his belief that the megalithic temples, including the famed Gigantea, are many thousands of years older than established archaeology has determined. Experts believe the Gigantea complex was constructed around 3600 to 2500 BC, but the Netflix series appeared to claim that they could date back to the end of the last ice age, when Malta's Mediterranean islands were linked by land to the European mainland. They say Hancock produced very little evidence that the prehistoric inhabitants of the islands could not have possessed the technical know-how to build the incredible monuments. A senior curator at Heritage Malta who appeared in the show implied that her appearance was presented in a way that suited Hancock's theory. Katia Stroud said in a Facebook post that her appearance in the episode did not necessarily mean she agreed with the premise of the narrative that was being established. She wrote cryptically, "It is amazing how local media prioritise what is said by foreign experts at the expense of ignoring local archaeologists and curators. Not all marketing is good marketing. Being heavily edited and quoted out of context further supports this point." In the episode entitled Sirius Rising, Graham Hancock claims that Malta's temples were not properly dated and that the learning curve required to develop from rudimentary farming communities to megalith builders was not borne out by current prevailing theories. He said, "Think about it, could those farmers who archaeologists tell us never built anything bigger than a shack really have achieved all this?" The episode espoused Hancock's thesis that a lost group of modern humans arrived in Malta with Neanderthals around 5,000 years earlier than the official narrative suggests and constructed the ancient sites. To evidence his theory, he pointed to the discovery of teeth at Gardalam, which were identified as belonging to Neanderthals. Therefore, he posits that the temples were built in around 11,000 BC, not long after the oldest known megalithic complex of Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey, which also, unsurprisingly, featured heavily in the series. The newspaper The Times of Malta quoted an archaeologist called Isabel Vella Gregory, who said, "Archaeology is the study of humanity, and human beings are complex and multifaceted. There is no single way to live a life, and neither do we blindly progress from point A to B in a linear fashion. Yet pseudo-archaeology works so hard at erasing the human from the story, and it has been doing so since its inception." She added, "When you consider the long timeline of humanity, millions of years, the Maltese islands are very young. The very first traces of human habitation date only to circa 5000 BC, although recent work by Dr. Eleanor Skerry and Dr. Hugh Grucut is investigating this period in more detail." She continued, "Contrary to pseudo-archaeological claims, the megalithic temples did not magically appear out of nowhere, Mr. Bean style. They are the result of many years of human activity, and once they appear they are maintained, enlarged and continuously used for over a millennium. It is easy to take some impressive videos of these buildings and completely remove them from their context. If you ignore the people, then you can claim that people could not possibly have built these, and on it goes. If you take a story that is completely out there and create a conspiracy, you don't have to bother with things like examining the actual archaeological evidence from multiple countries. These people have never gone through a site report, never mind a few thousand bits of pottery." A spokesman for Heritage Malta said, "A theory remains just that, a theory, unless backed by solid proof." But, striking a more conciliatory tone, he added, "This does not mean that things are bound to remain the same forever. For instance, we have recently backdated man's arrival to Malta by around 700 years, from 5200 BC to 5900 BC, following the latest scientific findings as a result of a joint project, Phraxus, between Heritage Malta, the Superintendents of Cultural Heritage, the University of Malta, Cambridge University and Queen's University Belfast." Heritage Malta also said it had no interest in suppressing the truth and was open to reinterpretation of established thinking provided there was proof that would meet international scientific standards. The spokesman added, "Our position remains and shall remain the same until solid scientific proof is put forward to the contrary." The heritage body pointed to a joint project involving itself and a number of leading local and international institutions that has been in operation since 2016 and aims to study and accurately categorise the Gardalam teeth. The findings are not yet complete but will be published in peer-reviewed journals when they have been concluded, Heritage Malta confirmed. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.